lane. He's going to just path straight down bottom side here as this wave is getting pushed through. The early Nami, Lucian Prio, not working out so far here for RNG in this early game.
Yeah, and he's kind of losing a bit of time here because the wave was not big enough. It was actually cleared up very nicely by Gala and Ming. As we do have another fight up in the top side. This time RNG rotating 3 members up to Ego, who does not have his flash. He is dead, but how will he die? Who's going to pick up the kill is the question. They're just going to hand that over to Xiao, who they say, yep, Carry Galio coming in hot.
Yeah, just unfortunately, quickly enough this was happening. It's a very common response to send, you know, your mid laner and your jungler to look for you. Play on the top side of the map after your jungle is stolen like this, because Wade needs to make up for the lost red buff coming over here and taking these Krugs. Didn't actually even need to be involved in this kill, but I think that Guigo could have definitely shown a lot more respect there.
We're gonna catch Ming here. They've got Ignite again, and that is going to be another kill, but Chitan is getting pretty low. He's trying to get those autos in, and one knockback could have been enough, and now Jojo, he's up a level on Gala. He is going to be chasing down this Lucian. The hook will be dodged, as he is taking some of that minion damage, but not quite enough.
That's a really important dodge there. He dies.
He's got a flash, though, and Gala just stands there in front of the flash Nautilus. That gets the kill away.
That is just a massive amount of disrespect. He's got flash available. You dodged the hook. You just dodged a bullet. You just were able to escape death. You cheated death, and then you just stood in flash range there. 2 kills going over to Nautilus, though. So still the first blood is in Teton's hands. Meanwhile,
okay, they're just trying to get on top of him here, but the wave is pushing, so he should be totally fine.
And this is a composition from RNG that is supposed to have a pretty firm control over the early game. They're not an early game team in their region, and they are falling behind. 900 gold, the advantage here at 5 minutes for Red Cannons in a composition that has a Victor, has a Draven. And the only good thing for RNG right now at the moment is that 2 of those kills sit on Jojo's Nautilus and not, of course, on the Draven. To go back to this fight again here as well, I mean, this is so much damage early on for a Draven. Max range here, hook here, and Gala decides to try to go in. It almost felt like it was a bait attempt here from RNG, but when you're this far behind early in the game, you don't actually win these. Now, he just barely dodges the hook. I mean, that was almost pixel perfect. And then goes up here into flash.
Oh man!
I mean, every opportunity he could have had there to actually try to catch up in CS is just gone.
Yeah, it's really rough too, because you know he desperately wants to stay so that he doesn't miss the cannon wave. As we have another fight happening down here, I think that Wei is probably down here in that brush. I believe I saw him earlier. Yes, he is. Shout out to our observers for hiding that one as well. Here comes Xiaohu, who is level 6, but a little bit more obvious than Wei, as he is going to be on this control ward, does clear it out. Just trying to put on some pressure to the bottom side and not let this bleed out as much as it is right now to the side of Red Cannons.
Yeah, this is a big problem. If you do just let this sit at this point, your Lucian becomes less and less valuable. So even though, you know, they're both sitting at 1 and 1, a lot of extra assist goals on the bottom side. We'll see just a Counter-Strike trade here for Bin. But if you can still go down there and turn this one around, Lucian can be right back in the driver's seat, actually, with a good gank. But it's unsuccessful here, which gives free farm over to Grefthar. It's got such an early game.
Oh, man, look at the damage, though. The empowered autos from the Nami on top of this Lucian, and all it takes is, you know, if Chitan's not in a position to shell back any damage, he's also a squishy 80 carry, and that is the power of Lucian Nami bot.
Yeah, it's just such a powerful combo. We've seen it so much this tournament. Jojo is going to scout out this dragon. They don't have Pride here.
Come on!
Grefthar doesn't have any mana either, so just straight going over to RNG. Nicely to their favor down into the bottom side of the map.
I think the game plan here for Red Cannons now is to just not take very many risks. You know, you see this dragon, you force a smaller rotation, but you're not going to take that. You're not going to play for that. This upcoming Rift Herald fight, if you can get Cryo here, maybe you go for a play there, but only if you know you can take it guaranteed, because you're sitting 300, 400 gold up right now against Lucian Nami comp with a Galio involved, and you know, you have the side laning power that Gwen does as well, because you have this Jax, you have the late game insurance policy of the Victor. And as long as you don't give RNG back control of the game, as long as you don't serve them up an easy one, then you know you're still comfortable right now against Red Cannons. So just minimize risk is going to be the name of the game.
Deve ter sido que essa feira,
They rotate Jojo up, Greftar's going to have some Cryo, and they won't even have have to fight for this one. And this is great news. RNG just really not going to be able to get anything cross-mapped for this because Titan is just going to stand out. Now, if he dies, that's one thing, but he's going to be all right.
Yeah, and Gala's not even level 6, so it's not even like he can put pressure on with any kind of culling to force Titan out of the lane. So this is, as you mentioned, it's a free Rift Herald going over the side of Red Canids. They lose basically nothing by picking this one up, and they will be very happy with this trade. So you're talking about Macro and CBLOL and Red Canids. You know, I really want to see them get it into a lane where they've got some plates down, really try to push the envelope. Even though they do have a nice amount of scaling.
What is this vision?
What's
going on?
Of RNG early will do them a really big benefit in this game.
Oh, absolutely. And the places you can drop it, obviously, being top, it's probably going to be easier to drop it here for Grevthar.
A little bit of a play, but see, it's just going to be a flash out of Grevthar. He does lose that for now.
If they could give Grevthar that extra gold early, it's going to make the upcoming Drake fight so easy to pull off, whereas Jax is going to be pretty self-sufficient in this
I think
game.
it failed. I think the glitch didn't work. It didn't work, man. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I mean, seriously, like,
response to Red Canids on the bottom side. This tidal wave is getting so much value as Wei gets in there. He is going to turn into Nautilus, and even the knockup is not enough. But Chitan does pick up one kill at least on the bottom side of that fight. Gala, he's looking for more, and he will be able to take out Chitan on the backside of that as well.
So massive plays on both sides of the map here for RNG. Fantastic tidal wave from Ming is really what does it here as Grevthar is going to come over here and try to defend this turret. Galio going to get that free push. Top side is going over, and things got very bad, very fast here for the Red Canids, because the lead they had, the control they had, how much of a safe place they were in to kind of coast through this big game. What's happening? Now kind of all washed away.
Do this to you.
Over to RNG's side. And it's plays like this, unfortunately, for Gigo, where he's getting actually just out-mechanicked by Bin in the top side of the map that are costing them so big. Nice dodge here on the counter-strike, forces a flash. Now Gigo's flashless, can't get out. Shahu's already here for the play. That's an easy taunt finish up for the kill.
We got another fight. This is JoJo.
Yeah,
that seems
a lot of
time. We do have a bit of a lane swap from the side of the Red Canids, trying to get Chitan into a little bit easier of a lane, but RNG should be able to respond to this, and you'll note that the gold lead, even with this Rift Herald, it hasn't been dropped yet, yes, but still, things have gone massively in RNG's favor for the last 2-3 minutes of this game. After a couple of team fights did go in their favor, Xiao was easily able to roam up to the top side. There's entrance to help out with the 1v1, whereas Grevthar, without a flash, he doesn't really have any prio. There's no vision really around mid. He couldn't warn Gigo, and I think Gigo just needs to know that, hey, there's a Gallia on the Rift. My Victor can't really do anything to help with that. So even with that, Grevthar was late to the bottom side play as well, just because he doesn't really have a lot of control over this lane after he lost his flash and wasn't there on time. So Chitan is able to get one plate, but what else is he going to get? He's going to eat a death. That is what he will receive. Gala picks up yet another kill
as well.
Yeah, he's pretty much dead here. We got Needles coming in as well. No flash for him. No vision on the bottom side. And now RNG here to start the steamroller. They're revving it up.
That's so good. That's so good. So good. Come on.
No. Oh no. This is greed. I mean, this is the greed getting punished.
Oh, I lost.
I mean, it's no way out, right? You know, in this case, if you're in that rush, you stay that long, like, you're dying one way or the other, or you get lucky and they don't see you. And this game, unfortunately, this is one of those tragic games of the league where you really feel like, oh, okay, man, an upset might potentially been on the way. Like, Red Canids actually had these kind of free advantages they shouldn't have been able to take, and they were looking good.
Yeah,
a few critical mistakes back to back, and suddenly it's back in RNG's hands. And I don't want to say this is a lost game right here. It's not hopeless yet, but man, you got to feel so bad with the lead you had before.
Rift Herald has to be dropped down here. It was timing out. And they do have some vision in here. They should be able to at least pick up a couple of plates, but that's about it, right? And most of it will go over to Aegis. So the two of them will just back away. They do not get the first turret. They do not pass go. And yeah, I mean, I guess they should be able to pick up this Infernal Drink. That is something. You know, we talked about some of the scaling they have in their composition. Maybe you pick up one Infernal, a couple of mistakes from RNG here and there. Perhaps you can pull this game back. But again, you know, some of the decision making we have seen hasn't been indicative of them being able to do that. As we do have a double taunt coming in here, that is going to be the end of Chitan and the end of Ego as well. Double kill for the side of RNG now.
Yeah, this is really starting to get off the rails. The lead that they have now is so strong, and Lucian is actually relevant, because it looked concerning, like, okay, maybe Gala is actually not going to be able to have any sort of power in this game, and with several back-to-back kills coming through, some really nice ultimates from Ming as well, now he is actually a terror on the map. He can actually push several lanes, he can threaten wherever he goes. Wei also 3 kills to his name, has his Divine Sunder online. Red Cannons aren't even safe to farm necessarily. He just is actually kind of playing cleanup. He's trying to follow the action forward. But losing out now suddenly in all 3 lanes. They're getting picked everywhere. They can't make cross-map plays. And it's like, okay, yeah, you got the Drake, like you were talking about. Now it's a 1-for-1 Drake game. That
splits 36
damage that you can get from that
plus
solo
1.
Infernal is significant for this comp. But if it's at the cost of all the greed there getting punished, it's not worth it at the end of the day.
Clip sessions,
I mean,
insane.
of course,
Factorio is bad, right? Yeah,
really trying to stretch for them now. And it's so tragic, given the lead they had before.
It's good.
Working together.
Okay, this is a risky place to be.
It's immortality.
It's better, I
Going
think.
for a nice little walk by the river is Titan, and so is Aegis. So he's
Run
just going
was
to die. I mean,
okay.
This is one of the issues. They need somebody to frontline.
Blood me back
vision,
was
but
painful.
fortunately, he will just go down as he does not.
Even if I got
help
gold spit on the
any
2 last, I
vision,
think
to
they're
try to
not.
move into
Yeah,
the
they're
river
not
and was
perfect.
not allowed to actually do.
Look at the vision here as well. All the deep wards that RNG have had on the map. You can see it. So RNG plays so well around vision. They are so oppressive. And I think to the layman watching this, it's like, oh, this is, RNG just hiding in a bush. They always do this. But they actually set up around Rift Herald here and say, oh, you have no vision. I know exactly where you are. And you can either just give the Rift Herald up or walk into a bush where we have insane CC